Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dorney Park Enthusiast Planet Coaches series. Series, we will be touring you guys' parks, we will be making parks, we will be recreating rides, and touring some of my own parks. And today's episode, for the first episode, why don't we take a trip to one of my favorite theme parks I've built. And this is King's Quest. Alright, so we make it through the entrance of King's Quest. And honestly, don't just ignore the trash cans because I don't have any more room, but I just hired janitors and stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna start it off with the first ride I built here, and this is alright. So the first ride we are doing is the Diamondback. This is a B&M invert coaster I made, inspired by Banshee at Kings Island, and honestly, I really like this layout. There's 2 dive loops, 2 loops, a 0-0, a pretzel knot, and 2 corkscrews. Let's get into this.
Ajabu Omaru.
The Diamondback. So honestly, the Diamondback is a really cool looking ride. It took me a while to make this thing as realistic as possible. Honestly, the 0G rule is so good. I love how this little part turned out. It just looks awesome. From a distance, you're like, what is that? But the closer you get to it, and if you actually kind of look under, well, if you look at it from this direction, it honestly looks really well. And we're going to show you what it looks like when it goes through the track off-ride. When it goes through this element. Here it is. It honestly just looks awesome. And yeah, the whole layout is really good. It was a bit of a more unique layout, but I really like it. Next ride we're going to do is Anaconda. So Anaconda is an intimate accelerator coaster based off Matugani at Lost Island Theme Park in Iowa. And I really loved how this ride turned out. It has really good details. Not talking about the scenery, just it's got random rocks over, but honestly, I put a lot of detail for the hydraulics, which I'm going to show you after we ride this. So let's get on this beast.
Ajabu Omaru.
Bife, Cal, Terre, Dua, Onda, Gone!
really like how this ride turned out. Like, when I finished this ride, I was shocked about it. So, we're going to show you what I was talking about with the hyper-realistic detail. So, after it launches, it sprays water, and if you know, you know. King Decod Top Thrill Dragster had this feature. King Decod still has a Top Thrill Dragster does not anymore because it is Top Thrill 2. So with these insanely fast hydraulics, it needs something to cool it down. So it sprays water when it hits a section. And I just put detail into that, which I honestly really like. And when this leaves the station, every ride here has this saying called "Enjoy Your Ride," but it's in Planet Coaster language. So whenever it would leave, it would say,
Dejavu Omaru.
Ife.
and with the launch, alright, so with the launch, it would actually say something. It would be like, it would count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So here's what this would say. It would just say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but honestly, I kind of wanted to make like Indicata-ish a bit, but I liked how it turned out. So we're gonna go to the next ride, which is so the Cobra is a B&M dive coaster based off Iron Menace at Dorney Park, and Iron Menace is a really good looking ride. It's also really fun too. With this ride, it has 2 inversions. It's a very short ride, but I didn't want this to have many inversions. I just wanted this to be a chill ride. And that's what I managed to do with. So let's take a ride on Cobra.
Dejavu Omaru.
And that was the Cobra. So, with this ride, I really like how it turned out with the lifts till I wanted this to just go straight into the drop, which I really like how it turned out. And for the drop, I did not want to use the normal thing with the dive coaster where what would happen is whenever it would go down the drop, it would go down way too far and it just would not be that realistic. So what I did is I took block brakes and I put it to the lowest setting I put it on the lowest setting to make it go as realistic as possible, to make it look like you get hang. So it would just go slowly over this, and when the other train hits or it gets the last section, it goes down at a normal speed, which I really like how it turned out. Then it just goes into your Immelman and Zero G roll, which I really like how it turned out. So we're gonna get to the next roller coaster, which is over in the back of the park, and we will have all the rides here, but we're not gonna do the water ride back there. So we're just gonna do the roller coasters, and then in the full POVs, we will just be getting all of the rides. So next ride we will be doing is Kraken. So Kraken is a family gravity group wooden coaster, and I took a lot of inspiration from the Bobcat at Six Flags Group. It's a really short ride. It just goes into an airtime hill, to some twists, a double down, another twist, and some airtime hills, and that's it, pretty much. It's a really short ride, but I wanted this to be short because it is a family coaster. This is not supposed to be thrilling at all. It's supposed to be for the kids. So we're going to take a ride on this right now.
Dejavu Omaru.
and that is cracking. Like, once again, very short ride, but it honestly packs a punch too. You get some really good moments of airtime. You may even be getting some ejector, depends on where you sit. But honestly, it's mid. That's right, it's mid. But it's supposed to be because it is a family coaster. This is like the only like family coaster in the park. I didn't want to have too many family coasters because one, this would be a family park. It's supposed to have mainly intense attractions. But we're going to go over to the next area of the park, which is Raceway. So we're going to go through F1 Raceway, and this park has, well, this section of the park actually has two roller coasters. One of them over here, which is a Intimate Impulse, which we're going to do right now. And this is called Formula. So we're going to get a ride on Formula. Let's go. Alright, so that was Formula. And honestly, it is a really intense ride for an Impulse. It has two twisted spikes like a Wicked Twister. And honestly, the layout it just looks awesome. But now we have one final ride left, and that is the tallest coaster in the park, which is the Intimidator. And this coaster is literally, I think, based off or literally an exact clone of Intimidator 305, which is called Intimidator 330, because this is taller than Intimidator 305, and we can see it in the background go. But honestly, this thing goes 97 miles an hour, and the speed limit for this thing is 98 miles an hour. So this thing is barely under the speed limit. So let's take a ride on this, shall we?
Ejibu Omaru.
And that is the Intimidator. And that also concludes the full park tour with all the roller coasters. Honestly, this is just supposed to be just the tour with all the roller coasters, but I will have a full park tour with everything there. We're not gonna do any of the POVs in the full park tour because that's just gonna take up some time. But if you want to see just all the POVs of just the roller coasters, that will be coming out soon. And I will see you guys next time in Planet Coaster. See ya.